Yes, ma'am.
Are you clear or should I repeat it again?
No, miss, I get it.
Can you please explain it again, any one of you? What would happen with the parse tree when we are making the intermediate code? Because this is actually the part of front-end analysis. So when front-end analysis is being done, then what would happen when there is a parse tree and there is an expression to be solved? How would we go about it? Yes, Zainab? Asad, can you? Beta, are you there? Okay, let me know if you can hear, then I would repeat it again.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me, Asad?
Yes, yes.
Asad, can you repeat the whole scenario that I have just discussed? That what would happen with the expression in case of a parse tree to make the intermediate code?
तो सिंपलीफाई करने के लिए टेम्परेरी वेरिएबल्स में वैल्यू स्टोर कर लेगा.
Okay, after each operator, temporary variable would be updated because that temporary value that is actually stored in the temp variable would further be used for further operations that are actually the part of the same expression and then further analysis. Like, suppose according to the BODMAS rule, multiplication should be first solved. That would be stored in the form of a temp variable, and then that temp variable would further be subtracted from D. And then that would further be used for being divided by the E variable and then added further in A. So that would be further final value going to be stored in Y. That's basically the part of parse tree when front end analysis is being done. Now, the next topic, representation of the grammar of a language. Basically, this is being dealt with the variable or the uh, digits or letters or any letter either in the uppercase or lowercase. What would happen? Basically, there are two forms or methods that are actually being used while we are dealing with the variables. What compiler does, it actually translate the variables or the expressions that are actually the part of the program. When there is a variable that is actually being used there, then that variable should follow some rules. There are some syntax rules that are being followed when naming the variable. So there is the first thing that is basically the syntax diagram. The second approach is BNF. The first one that is actually the syntax diagram that actually applies the rules that are actually applied for the variable naming convention. When we give the variable name, we actually do the variable naming as start from always with the letters and then further letters or include the number later. We cannot put number in the beginning. So number would either come in the middle or in the end. That's the permission. So when we are representing this thing in the form of a structure diagram, it actually identifies that identifier would first follow the letter and then it always initializes with a letter and then further letter would be stored and then letter would be repeated after the first letter and then it is allowed to use the digit. This format would again be repeated. Like if you want to give the name to the variable as A, B, C, 1, and then if I want to write WE 3, 4, that can be considered as the identifier name. But if I use 3, ABC, 4, and WER, then that would be creating the syntactical error. So now this is not according to the diagram that is actually mentioned here. As per this diagram, it says that variable name should always start with a letter, not with a number. So that would not be identifiable in this case. Are you clear about the first method of variable naming convention? Please acknowledge, then I would move to the next form.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the other method is BNF. That BNF basically identifies what the name of the person who actually identify. There are two people, Backus and Noor. They both work together and then form the BNF approach. And according to this BNF, what actually the thing is, any identifier would actually start with a letter, and then this line, this is actually acting as a separation of the further letter. This is actually acting as a separator. This one, this vertical line. It also exists on the keyboard. अगर आप देखो तो हाँ, ये बैकस्लैश के ऊपर है, ये above the enter key or beside the curly brackets. So this also exists on the keyboard. What actually it says, BNF says that it always start with a letter, then the identifier, and then the letter, then identifier and the digit. Basically, अगर के ये ऐसे हो, letter and then this and then letter, it means it allows the variable name as two letters, A and B, not later than that. So then in that case, it would be the solution to let the user have more than two letters in the variable name by putting the identifier and then the letter. It would give the freedom that an identifier always start with a letter and then identifier. Identifier means the combination of letter and further identifiers. So in this case, the identifier, suppose name, if it has got NAME, so N is the letter and AME would count more than one letters because there is used an identifier. Are you clear about this concept of BNF? Zainab, are you clear? Asad, are you clear, beta?
Hello,
Zainab, are you clear about it?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It takes time to fetch your voice. Please tell me if you are done with it. Hello?